Hi, Eric Ambrosino, founder of Ambrosonics LLC, and today we're going to be pairing the pickup director that's installed into this nice Paul Reed Smith guitar to the Pickup Composer software. Let's get right to it. I'm going to grab my iPhone and I'm going to tap the icon in the lower right hand corner. It opens up with our splash screen. This app is free and it works for iOS as well as Android smartphones. Next, I'm going to tap on the very top icon to look for all the pickup directors in the studio here. It only found one that's plugged in, that's this guitar, and I'm going to tap on that white found the guitar pickup, and it's actually ID 13BD. So that's the ID for this guitar. And if there's, again, more than one guitar that has been plugged in, it will find those guitars, and then you select which one you want to talk to. Okay, so it paired to a Les Paul type of guitar that has two humbuckers. Okay, so we've paired the guitar to the Paul Reed Smith with the Pickup Composer. And when it first paired, it came up and showed a guitar with two humbucking pickups, which is what this guitar is. And a few more things that the pickup director can do is it can remember this guitar. So by just simply tapping that remember this guitar, it will remember this guitar setup, instantaneously. All the changes you've made and all those things will be in the guitar menu when it comes up the next time. It comes up a little, if it pairs up, it saves you a little bit of time pairing. No big deal. It also has some error checking. I recommend leaving the error checking on, but if you start getting into some really serious combinations and stuff, you can turn the error checking off and it's a little bit more freedom in terms of what are valid pickups, combinations, and wirings for this guitar. Again, these wirings are actual wirings of the pickups, not any DSP or any kind of simulated pickups. Whatever type of guitar pickups that you have installed in your guitar, stock Fender, EMG, Seymour Duncan, Paul Reed Smith, retains the quality as an analog signal that gets blended through the Pickup Composer and into the Pickup Director hardware. So now I'm going to just go back to the Pickup Composer main menu. So it shows us our sounds, and the pot is down. That was real time. Now if I pull the mini pot up, again we can go all these different sounds. It gets crazy, right? So there's 50 of them. It's a lot to take in. But if you're a musician who has developed ears, you can pretty much hear the difference from every single one of these tonalities. It's really amazing. So what else can the Pickup Director do? The Pickup Director has so many sounds. If you find flavors and wirings that you like that are up into the 30s and the 40s all the way up to 50, you can then go into like edit mode and you just tap on the edit mode and we can go into live edit mode and it's going to tell you, hey, you're entering live edit mode. You say, okay, I like that. And now I'm still auditioning the sounds like I was. But if you find a sound that you like that's in the upper numbering, like 43, you can long press on the selection. And it'll ask you, where do you want to move that sound to? So by grabbing the drop down, you'll see that there's all 50 locations. So I can take any of my sounds that are in the menu pot and change the order how I want them. Some players want maybe all their humbuckers up front. They want to fill the slots from like 1 to 10, maybe 20, maybe 30. Because there's that many different humbucking sounds to choose from. And then when you hit 31, you start mixing in your single coils. Other players might want all their single coils up front. It's however you want to wire your guitar. So you pick a number and you can grab it and then say that's where you want it to live. And then you can do that for a bunch of sounds. So go to the next one, long press on that, move that to a different position, so on and so forth. And then what's happened is, well, why do you want to do that? Well, I found some flavors that I like, wirings that I like that are in the upper bank numbers, and I'd like to bring them downtown. I want to bring them downtown into the lower numbers of my menu pot. And then what I can do is now I can go into my hashtag on the top. I just tap the hashtag number on the top, and I can choose how many wirings I want this guitar to own. So right now it's set for 50, but I could set it for 35. I could set it for 30, 29, 28, 27. Let's go to 25. That's a nice, kind of a round number. And I hit apply. Now when I turn my menu pot full scale, it maxes out at 25. So now I've got 25 different wirings that I can pick from and choose from and really kind of work into my set list, into the studio. And then let's say a couple of weeks go by, you've kind of like, oh, you know what, there's still more sounds in there. Let's go back to 50, and you can, or no, let's go back to like 30, up to 30. And now we've got, 5 more sounds that we can play around with. Say, oh, you know what, I'm not crazy about 30. I'm going to just move it out of the way. Again, long press, stick it at the end of the line, put a new sound in. So it's however you want to order the menu pot, and then when you push the menu pot down again, it stores position 30 to whatever these to whatever the blade switch might be on a Strat or your main guitar is on a Paul Reed Smith. So now it lives in position 30. There's position 2 because 1, 2, position 30. So that's how it retains it. So there's all the cool things it can do. You can change the sounds. There's also something called guitar tools. This is really interesting. You can kind of change the wiring of your Les Paul to be like a hum single single, and it will rewire the guitar as if it's a hum single single with those kinds of tonalities as if it was a hum single single. Of course, you don't have the blade switch, but again, the tonalities would be there. You can set it back to a humbucker. You can set it to those 3 single coils, so you can actually minimize it to make it look like or sound like a standard Strat with just 3 single coils. And what's really cool about the hardware is if you move it from another guitar, you can just, let's say we went from a Les Paul to a 3 single coil Strat, you would just change the personality of the pickup director hardware by tapping on 3 single coils with 23 sounds. So the number of sounds depends on the number of pickups, right? So with 3 single coils, you're going to get 23 very cool wirings that you would not have had. I mean, 5 of them would be your standard. But then when you go back to a hum or a hum single single or a hum single hum, you've got 50. So that adding that extra coil is amazing. It really branches it up. Also, the pickup director supports an on and off piezo switch. So if you have a bridge that has piezo pickup in there, an existing piezo pickup, you would add another push-pull pot, let's say maybe for the tone, to control the volume or to turn on the piezo, and it can be remembered on these switches as well. So you can switch from magnetics to piezo, back to magnetics. So it's a lot of different possibilities. So those are some more of the things that can be happening with the pickup composer when it's paired to your guitar. If you think you went with some funky things, you want to just discard those changes, you can discard all the changes you want. You can even go and load defaults, and I can hit OK. And it's just putting now the stock defaults into that potentiometer. And now when we go back to our guitar, we've got the standard sounds that we had in there originally. One more thing that Pickup Composer allows you to do when paired to the Pickup Director is when you're in edit mode, you can also play around with the phase of the guitar. So if I grab this setting and find a setting that I like, I can tap on the phase, and now it's an out of phase tonality. You can do that for every single setting that has the pickup lit up for L3. Very out of phase. And again, L1, this is almost like 4 pickups in one. You've got L1 in the far bridge position, L2, L3, and L4. On a Stratocaster, it's L1. We skip L2 because it's reserved for a humbucker. We have L3, and then we have L4. So that's how that all works. And thanks for listening. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button at the bottom. Please subscribe to Ambrosonics. It's at Ambrosonics Studios and at Ambrosonics Labs. Okay, have a good day.